right? Describing objects. So what I exactly mean by describing objects? Alok ji, can you be able to identify the picture there on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Right. Just look at the picture and tell me what would be describing objects.
The gas, balloon, hat, specs, goggle, cape, tree, sunflower flower, corn, ice cream cone, watermelon, umbrella, suitcase, cycle, summer apple, undergarment, lingerie, and camera, and ice cream, and strawberry, leaves, branch, and one more thing is here, the juice, and what's the name of the cover of snail? I don't know what is the exact name of this.
Shell.
Snail. Shell. Oh,
yeah.
It's. I think the shell should be the big size, no?
This is also bigger one.
Okay.
But in the picture we can see. In the picture we can see the smaller one, right? So if we observe all these things, right?
Like to summer road traveling.
So yesterday Himanshu also told the same thing, right?
Okay.
So because of that title of the items, whatever there, we generally we will get that idea somewhat right. But you know, describing objects in the sense, there is no limit. Anything it can be, like mobile phone, watch, wall, house, situations, everything can be there as describing object.
Okay, sir.
Right? So now just here we stopped yesterday's class, right?
So after when I leave, class is not.
We just discussed on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, after leaving from WhatsApp, I thought we can also join on con call, simple con call.
Yeah, yesterday, yes. Yesterday we had a WhatsApp con call, but it's not a general call. So I think Alok ji on the space. He's in the space.
And you
Alok ji,
are,
come down, come to the earth.
Yes. Okay, sorry, sir.
But
it's only the background I have available. So
right.
Tomorrow I will find out and change the background.
So, right. So yesterday we stopped here after discussing this concept, right?
Right.
Right. So as we discussed yesterday, just one of you can act as the inspector who is working in the, you know, who has been working and looking after the people, this migrant people, the way how they are facing a lot of difficult situations in this lockdown period, right? And the another one can act as the journalist from a reputed company, a reputed media, right? So you can give the name as yourself to the company and the department of police also. We don't need to mention any state police name or any state police or any central police. We don't need to mention any names. Directly we can talk. Right?
Right, sir.
Yeah. So just assume that something happened in your place, that you know the people, how the migrant people are suffering in this lockdown period. So we can discuss that concept. So here our concept is whether we are speaking truth or not is not at all a matter. Whether we are speaking the factual information or not, it's not a matter. And whether we are referring to anyone or not is not a matter. We can talk as general as possible because we are just practicing speaking English. We don't need to go to the statistics and we don't need to go to the actual truth. Okay? Right.
Okay.
Now you can start.
Himanshu, please start.
Okay. So I'm the news anchor, or
Right.
so
you're
the
the
news anchor and Alok.
Yeah, you're the reporter and Alokji is going to be the inspector. Right.
Going to be inspector.
Yeah, he'll be the inspector and you'll be the reporter.
Okay. Hi Alokji. Alokji. Right.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. Yes, please.
So good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Myself, Himanshu. I am from NDTV, and I want to know about the migrant people, which those who are suffering due to lockdown. What is the current report of that migrant people? Do you have any plan to rescue them, or what you are doing after some time? Or
Here we are trying to explain them to keep their rehabilitation centers or rescue centers. But if they are not understand, then we will going to use some lathi charge or any forceful things. If could not understand, although we can understand, we also call some leaders, local leaders, to give all the migrants convince, and we are trying to understand what problem they are feeling if they are staying here.
actually, sir, according to my report, in residential areas, the migrant people were not seen. But when you go to that highway side or some road side, then you can easily find those migrant people, and they are many of them are sick and they don't get food on time. Even when I talk to someone, they are saying it didn't eat food from past 2 days. What you are doing for those people?
You can also heard that our patrolling is continue on the highway, and even if we have
Sir,
made teams.
I'm asking about the food, not about the patrolling. I am asking about the food. How the
No.
migrant people will get.
We are providing the food. Yes, you are right. You are asking about the food.
They are not even following. They are not even following the method of maintaining distance between them.
Yes. These all our teams are patrolling there to provide them food and maintaining the proper decorum. And our complete team are divided in different highways, and we are communicating with our state CM, and our state CM is also coordinating with the other state CM or authorities to understand what will be the best fitted for him, and we will as earliest complete and fulfill their all type of problems. If we
Do
can
you have
provide.
do you have
Yes.
any proper plan of educate them for social distancing or different phenomena we are right now
Yes.
need to follow?
Yes,
What
they
type of
understood
plan
these
you
all
have, sir?
things. Yes, they understood these all things, but sometimes the few psychological pressure or their inner feeling to go their homesickness, in such time they feel insecure. They understand, they assume that they cannot get food here, they cannot survive here. Some of them are understand that the homeowners where they are living as a on a rent. So if they cannot provide them money, how can they will survive with their small child? He cannot, if and all the working and due to lockdown, they cannot uh, work at all and get earn money. So they are completely in confusion. And we although we our government or our authorities completely try to convince them, we are providing you shelters and food and their medical facilities, but they are uh, they are very much bearing in that situation. That's why
So
they cannot
thank you very
stay
much,
here.
sir. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope the people will follow the rules which is governed by the government, and I hope the situation will uh, get better day by day. Thank you,
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Alok.
Thank you.
So
Thank you. Or may and I am also uh, tell by the NDTV to appeal the migrant people who are listening your news or this interview, whatever, to appeal
sir,
them
actually
to give.
we
Yes.
don't have time to for that news. We are doing Hindu Muslim right now.
No, no, no. They are not Hindu Muslim here.
No,
It's
I am saying that NDTV is not free for from these type of activities.
oh, you are not getting what I want to say. Through this channel, I want to appeal the migrant people who
Yeah,
cannot,
understood, sir.
but the NDTV is the best. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. Great. So great discussion. So now here I observe a little bit grammatical
Sir,
mistakes.
sir,
Yeah,
sir, sir,
yeah.
sir, sir, sir. During this discussion, we both, or I think I have a lot of done mistakes, a lot of lacking of communication and sentence, wrong sentences. But you
Yeah.
always try to motivate us. Great, great, great. Sir, please tell us the reality and identify the mistakes. Please.
So already, if you observe the screen, there are some red colors. Are you able to see?
Myself, rules which is by listening your news. Yes, yes, yes.
So these are
Okay,
some
okay,
observations, right?
okay.
See, I'm a bad mistake identifier. That's why most of the people always complaining. Sorry, always you have been talking about the mistakes. You never upload us. That is what the complaint I
No,
got
but
from many people. So I've been changing to at least forget a few mistakes and which are really important. So focus on them only,
right.
right? Even the pronunciation or if they use, for example, it should be pronounced as but most of the people they used to pronounce it as a. I have a I have a car. It's wrong. I have a car. So even that point also, I generally I'll identify all the mistakes, but for the sake of my participants, I'm trying to reducing, pointing out all the mistakes. You know what happens if I point out all the mistakes? Automatically they feel a little bit degraded, distracted.
Correct.
So they feel a little bit discouraged. So mostly they won't participate next time confidently. That's why I'm focusing only which are going to spoil the actual essence of the conversation. I'm focusing on those things. The rest of the things I'm trying to forget. Right. So myself, a sentence should never start with myself. Myself is a reflexive pronoun. A sentence should not start with a reflexive pronoun. You can start I am or my name is. but you never ever use this myself to start any statement, right? So myself is completely wrong to start a sentence. At the end, you can add it. You can use it at the end of the sentence, but in the beginning, you should not use myself. And some people, unknowingly, they used to say this is also. This is Alok, this is Pramod, this is Kumar, so like that, right? This, the word this indicates non-living things or objects simply. But this is Pramod in the sense, Pramod is not the object, so we should not use this to the Pramod, correct? But you can use this, but in a different condition when you are talking on the phone. If you are talking on the phone, then you can use this is Pramod, but because they are listening to your voice. They are not able to see you, but they are listening to your voice. Even they see you on the screen, but it's not you actually. It is your image. It's your picture. So in that case, you can use this is Pramod. See, now you're all able to see my screen, correct? So on the screen, though it is my image, but it's not me, correct? This is my image. So in that case, I can say, this is Pramod. But if I want to talk directly face-to-face mode, I should not use this is. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Right. So myself is also wrong there. Next, rules which is by government. Rules. Here, rules, plural. Plural in the sense more than one rule. So if it is more than one, plural in the sense automatically you have to use plural helping verb. Rules which are given by the government, right? So the rules which are given by the government, the people need to understand and they need to focus on that and they need to follow the guidelines of the government. That is the way we're supposed to make the sentence, right? So here, listening to your news. Okay, those who are watching your TV channel or those who are watching your news.
Watching.
Yes.
Watching word is the correct.
Yes. So those who are watching your news, I would like to appeal them that they should follow the guidelines given by the government.
I would like to appeal them.
Yes, I would like to appeal them. So I would like to appeal them in a sense, it is more formal way.
Yes, sir.
Right? So mostly being a higher authority, while you are addressing to the public, we supposed to give, we have to give much priority to the language, right?
Okay, sir.
So if we don't give the priority to the language, most of the times, if you observe any news channels, sometimes they used to do some scoops, right? So some funny cotton kind of things in the news channels also. So if we, being a leader, if we don't use proper language, we will be one great advantage for them to create a scoop on us.
Okay.
So we should use proper language. Right. So these are a few observations I have observed on your entire conversation. The rest is almost clear and it's really good, right? Good, good. So now we are moving a little forward. So now, what exactly mean by describing objects? Describing objects. So what's the first point?
What does it look like?
What does it look like?
So whenever you're in our describing people, we discussed from head to toe. Correct?
Correct.
The similar way, if you're talking about an object or if you're describing an object, you're supposed to keep in mind a few questions like these. So the first question is, what does it look like? How it looks like? Right? How it looks like. So it is a black, it's black with a green top. It's in good condition. It looks modern or old-fashioned or nice or horrible. These are the expressions we can use to indicate how does it look like.
Right, sir.
Right? The next question, how big is it? Whether it is bigger one and the smaller one or the minute one or which is a gigantic one, right? We need to talk about the size. So first one is how it looks like, and the second one, how much the size is, right? So it's smaller than yours, it's quite small, not very big, or it's 35 by 30 centimeters or like that. So here we are going to talk about the measurement, right? How much the width and length of that object. Next question.
How big is it?
So how long or how wide or how high or how thick is it? Right? It's about 3 centimeters long or 3 centimeters wide or 3 centimeters height or 3 centimeters thick. Okay?
Right, sir.
So this is about how long or how wide or how high or how thick is it. Right. Now, how heavy is it? How much weight it has? How much weight it has? Right? It weighs about 3 kilos or 500 pounds or 300 pounds or 500 grams or 1000 grams, like that. Okay? So this is the way how we're supposed to talk about the weight of that object. And then what make is it? So which material they used to make it? Right? What make is it? It's a Mac or a micro. Right? Next, how much is it? What's the cost of that object?
Sir,
Yeah.
please, some more, tell something more about make or micro. In case of non-living thing,
Yes.
we can say the make and micro. For the living things, if we are describing any living thing, then
No. Object in the sense, no question of living.
okay, sir.
Right.
My question is closed. Okay.
For example, plants have the life, but we don't consider them as the human beings.
Fine, sir. Fine.
So we will consider them as an object or as a thing.
Okay, sir.
Right? So this is the way how we're supposed to consider. And what make is it here? You can talk about even the material. What is the material they use to make it? Like, you know, for example, the mobile phone, right? So mobile phone, the back case, they made up of metal. What is the metal they used? Or if it is made up of plastic or fiber, right? So the front side, so they made up of glass or Gorilla Glass, you know, whatever the types of there. So what is the material they use to make it up? And for example, if you're talking about the pen, right? So what is the material they use to make a pen? Those are all the information you can talk about. What make is it? All right? So now, I'll give you a few pictures with some hints and some blanks. You need to fill the blanks by observing the picture and by understanding the concept. Right? So here you can see the picture. Right? What is the picture here?
Bricks.
Right. It's a wall made up of bricks. Right. So now here, if you observe, there are some words, right? So these are all the words you can use to fill the blanks here, right? So I'll give you just half minute Look at the picture and look at the vocabulary and try to fill the blanks.
It's a
Hmm.
it's a brick, a brick. No, it's a bendy. It's a rock. Second one is it's not soft, but it's rough.
Okay.
It's not
Rigid.
opaque.
So first one is, wait a second. I'll try to write the answers here. So what's the first one? It's a brick, right?
A brick. See, it's not a single brick we are talking about. It's a brick. I don't think so. It's a wall, you can say, or am I right, Pramodji?
So it's a,
I don't think so. It's a single brick, right? It's
Yes.
a wall, you can say,
yes,
but
it's a brick wall.
is not.
It's a brick
Yeah,
wall.
it's a brick wall, but we can't say it's a brick.
Of course, grammatically, we should not say like that. It's a brick. But
Yes.
if you take it as in general, then you can consider it as a brick. So, for example, if anyone asks you, what is it made up of? Brick, right?
Then it is a.
Okay, we will add that also, brick wall. Okay. That's it. Oh, what? Great. So now, so how about the second one? It's not.
It's not soft, but it's rigid.
It's not soft, but it is rigid. Okay, fine.
Now, Alokji, you answer the last two.
Right.
Hello, sir.
It's
Alok
rough
sir, are you
and
there?
bendy. Yes. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Alok ji.
Hi, sir. It's rough and bendy.
Already rough and bendy.
And last one is it's not opaque.
It's rough and bendy, correct. And it's not opaque.
Opaque.
Right. So it's a brick or brick wall. It's not soft, but it's rigid. It's rough and bendy. It's not opaque. Great. So the next example. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, next example. Look at the picture and then give me the answer.
It's plastic.
It's plastic.
It's waterproof and transparent.
Okay.
It's waterproof and transparent. It's not rigid. It is made of plastic.
Waterproof and
It is
transparent.
soft. Sir, first one is it is soft. It is waterproof and transparent. It is not rigid.
Okay.
No. Okay.
It is not soft. It is made of
No.
plastic.
Yes.
Then it is not rigid yoga.
It's not rigid.
Yes.
Yeah. And
But the first one is wrong.
last
It's made up of plastic.
plastic.
So the plastic should come at the end. Right? So it is soft. So the first answer should be the soft, and second one, it's waterproof and transparent. It's not rigid, and it's made up of plastic. So while you are talking about these kind of things, so if you observe the second example, it's waterproof and transparent. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
if you use, it is a waterproof and a transparent. If you add a, it's a waterproof and a transparent. Okay, so it will change the meaning. For example, let me give you.
ये रखो पहले, फिर दबाएगा.
Hello.
Right, my aunt and my guardian.
My guardian.
Right. So now,
Right.
what is the difference between these two examples?
Not to my is not second time.
I'm not asking you whether there is a my word or not. My aunt and my guardian. What does it mean? My aunt and guardian. What does it mean?
My aunt and my guardian. The sentence try to explain that they are separate.
Okay, my
for
aunt and
individual.
my guardian, they are separate. Okay, two people.
Individual different.
Okay, there are
My
two
aunt
persons.
and
As you are saying, there are two persons, right?
with different different person.
Yes.
My aunt
Two
and
different
guardian.
persons. Okay.
No. Definitely, they both are the different. But my aunt and guardian were a sentence explained that the intention of both are the same
Right.
at particular time.
Okay, how about Himanshu? Are you agree with Talok?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Himanshu, are you agree with him or not? He is observing the answer. My aunt and my guardian. My aunt and guardian. So is it referring to the same person or two different persons?
Both sentences have referring the two different persons.
I think first one is wrong.
Oh, first one is wrong.
Two times my.
Yeah. Okay, two times I mentioned my, so I have to remove any one of the my, correct?
No, second my you have to remove.
Okay, so I have to remove this one.
Yes.
Yes, according to me.
Okay, great. So Alokji, your answer is also same?
Sir, I have given three different answers.
Stick to one answer.
So Pramodji, you have to play KBC now.
So I don't
You have
play
three
this,
options. You
I'll
have to
play
select one. You have to select one out of those.
No, but
Right.
sir, first, as per our idea, the first answer should the word my
Uh-huh.
between should be eliminated. And if this answer is not correct, then my second answer is okay. The intention of both gardens and ant are different.
Right. What you said earlier in the beginning, that is correct. My aunt, one person, my guardian, another person. So the first example is talking about two different persons. My aunt is different, my guardian is different. So we are talking about two different persons. In that case, you can mention my aunt and my guardian.
Yes, sir.
If you are talking about same person but same things, for example, my aunt and guardian. My aunt and guardian, in the sense, my aunt, she is nothing but my guardian. My aunt, she is looking after me, so she is my guardian. So there we are referring to only one person, but she is playing two roles. One is aunt and second one guardian. Right? So if you are referring to the same person, you can use only one pronoun, my aunt and guardian. Right? If you are referring to two different persons, then you can use my aunt and my guardian.
Yes, sir. Yes.
What the difference?
Yes, sir.
Right.
And sir,
Yeah.
and this sentence, it's waterproof and transparent.
Yes.
Means waterproof is like same as transparent.
Yes. See, we are talking
They
about
both
the
have
only.
different two properties, no?
Yes, I'm telling we are referring to the only one raincoat.
Okay.
It has two qualities. If you are referring
Yes.
more than one, then you can use it's transparent and it is waterproof. So if you are indicating, for example, there are two raincoats. If you want to compare, it's waterproof and it's next soft or transparent. It's waterproof, it's transparent. There are two different, right? But if you want to refer the same thing, it's waterproof and transparent. Same one.
Okay.
Clear?
Clear, sir.
Right. So now the third picture.
It's made of wood.
So come to
It's
the
not
top
made
to
of
bottom,
stone.
top to bottom.
Okay.
So what is the first answer?
Hello.
Yep, please.
It's rigid.
Okay.
It's not made of stone. It's
rigid. It's not made up of stone. Right, next. Next.
it's opaque and
So first fill this one, then automatically you'll get the rest of the words. You can understand them. So it's made up
okay.
of wood, right?
It's made of wood. Right, sir.
Right. So rigid completed, stone completed, wood completed. What are the rest of the words? Soft and opaque.
So we can say soft and opaque and soft, vice versa.
No problem.
So it's correct or not?
Yeah, correct. My aunt and
Okay.
guardian, or my guardian and aunt. Same.
Ah, yes, 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 yes.
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 So what is the answer here?
So I told answer now. It's opaque
Uh-huh.
and
Okay, it's opaque and
opaque and dash. No, I can't give that. Soft maybe.
okay, opaque and soft. But if you observe, here we mentioned soft, here we mentioned rigid. Soft and rigid, opposite words, right? Correct?
Correct. Correct.
So here we are saying it is rigid, but here we are saying soft. How is it possible?
Is opaque and soft. Opaque and rigid.
Okay, here we will say opaque and rigid, but here,
Rigid cannot be opaque.
right. So here the question has a little mistake. It's not rigid, sorry, it's not soft.
Not soft. Yes.
It's not soft, and it is rigid and opaque,
Okay.
right? So this rigid has to come here, and here we're supposed to add negative word.
Negative word. Not.
Yes, not. So here what we can understand is, don't follow the material blindly.
Blindly.
We supposed to analyze, right?
Right.
Right.
Himanshu ji.
I think he's not on the line. His number disconnected.
Yes. He got this.
Right. So next one.
It's shiny.
Great.
It's made of metal.
Right.
It's not transparent.
Yes, it's not
But
transparent, but
it's shiny.
what you said, shiny in the first.
Yes, yes. But it's hard.
Right. So the first one is shiny.
Shiny.
It's made up of metal. It's not transparent, but
It's hard.
it's hard. So instead of using different words here, so it's hard, it's made up of metal, it's not transparent, but it's shiny,
Okay.
and it's rigid,
Yes.
right? So this is the way how we can divide the options, whatever the options we have given, we can distribute accordingly. Right. So the next picture.
It's made of it's definitely made of wood or plastic. It's made of wood or plastic, sir.
Yeah, but here in the picture, they resembles both wood and plastic. But here, whatever the words they have given, we need to supply those words. So it's made of wood, simply.
Wood. Okay.
Yeah.
It's rigid.
It's rigid.
It's not when
Yes.
no more
Yeah.
option is we can
So here the question wrong.
Yes.
Right? It's not rigid. Sorry, it's not soft. And the third question, it is
Rigid and opaque.
yes, rigid and opaque, and it's no stone also there, right? So 2 times we need to add not here. It's not stone, and it's rigid and opaque, and it's not soft. So here and here we need to add 2 nots, negative words. Right. So the next picture.
It's not wool.
It's not wool.
No.
Okay.
No. It's not made of wool.
Okay, it's not made of wool.
It's not rigid.
It's not rigid. It's not made of wool, and it's
soft.
Yes, it's soft
And not it's not opaque. It's not it's not opaque and rigid.
okay.
And it's made of leather.
No. Here, first one, it's not rigid or it's not wool. No. First one, it's not rigid. Second one, it's not made up of wool. And the third, it's soft and opaque. It's made of leather. So here, the question is correct. Right? It's not rigid. It's not made of wool. It's soft and opaque. It's made of leather. Right?
Right.
So the next one.
It's rigid. It's waterproof.
Rubber. It's rubber.
It's made of rubber.
Yes, it's made of rubber. So it's rigid, it's waterproof, it's hard and opaque, it's made of rubber. Right? Next.
It's transparent.
Okay, it's transparent.
It's not made of rubber.
It's not made of rubber.
It's transparent and what?
Yes, it's transparent and waterproof.
And it's made of glass.
It's made of glass, right? Right, why you are feeling a little bit doubt here? Is it waterproof? We are pouring
Yes,
the water into
it's waterproof.
It's waterproof.
Yes, but it's waterproof.
Right. The next one.
It is wool. It is shiny. It's not waterproof.
It's
Made of wool. First one. It's absorbent.
It's
Then
absorbent.
it's
shiny.
shiny.
Sir, it's not absorbent.
It's not waterproof.
Yes. It's not waterproof.
Yes.
Right. It's made of wool.
Wool.
Right.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah, hello,
अच्छा ये
we
नया
are
आ
able to
गया.
hear you.
हाँ हाँ नया नया आ गया. Uh,
So
It's
eight
plastic.
flaps.
No. Uh,
it's bendy.
it's bendy. Yes, right.
Okay, it's bendy. Next,
It's not rigid.
okay, it's not rigid.
It's transparent and
Waterproof.
waterproof.
Yes,
Waterproof.
Made of
yes,
plastic.
It's made of plastic.
plastic. Right?
Yes, sir. It is not waterproof. It is soft. It's not made of plastic. It is. Oh, it is not waterproof.
Okay, it's
It is
not
not
waterproof.
made of. It is not made of plastic.
Okay,
It is soft and textile.
okay.
It is not rigid.
Where is the rigid? Where is not again? So there are only two nots, two negative words. It's not made of
So
plastic.
I have put here. I have put here the not word in the
Right,
question.
right. Great. So tomorrow we will talk about this concept,
Hmm.
right?
Okay, sir.
So I'm stopping here.